Morning came, but Ava's money problem didn't disappear overnight. She stared at her bank balance, wondering how a paycheck that felt like enough could disappear so quickly. But this time, Ava wasn't going to ignore it. Before she could change her money habits, she had to face the numbers and figure out exactly where her money was going. This wasn't the first time Ava had been here. Payday would come, she'd promise herself she was going to do better. And somehow, she'd end up right back in the same place. The problem wasn't that Ava didn't want to change. She just didn't have a plan. And without a plan, the cycle kept repeating. So Ava stopped guessing and started looking. She went through her transactions one by one: bills, food, shopping, subscriptions, and everything in between. And that's when she noticed something important. Her paycheck hadn't disappeared all at once. Little by little, dollar by dollar, her money had been going somewhere all along. She just hadn't been tracking it. Seeing where her money had been going was the wake-up call Ava needed. She couldn't change the past, but she could change what happened with her next paycheck. This time, instead of spending first and figuring it out later, Ava made a decision. Her money needed a plan before it ever hit her account. Something had to change, and this time, that something was going to be Ava. Penny knew that look. The receipts, the calculator, the unfinished budget, and that "I need to get my money together" expression. But Penny wasn't there to judge Ava. She was there to show her that taking control of her money didn't have to feel overwhelming. Sometimes all you need is the right plan and someone to show you where to start. Penny could see that Ava didn't need another lecture about spending less. She needed a system she could actually follow. So they started with 3 simple things: what money was coming in, what money was going out, and what Ava wanted her money to accomplish. For the first time, all those numbers didn't feel quite so overwhelming. Ava was beginning to see that a budget wasn't just about money. It was about having a plan for it. Ava always thought budgeting meant giving up everything she enjoyed. But Penny showed her something different. A good budget makes room for your needs, your goals, and yes, even a little fun. It isn't about telling yourself no to everything. It's about deciding what you can say yes to without putting your financial future at risk. For Ava, budgeting was starting to feel less like punishment and more like freedom. Then Penny taught Ava one simple rule: give every dollar a job. Before spending anything, Ava would decide where her money needed to go: bills, groceries, savings, debt, goals, and even fun. The goal wasn't to spend every dollar, it was to make sure every dollar had a purpose. For the first time, Ava wasn't wondering where her paycheck went. She was telling it where to go. Ava knew learning about budgeting was the easy part. The real challenge would be sticking to the plan when payday arrived. But this time, she was ready to try something different. Her budget didn't have to be perfect. It just had to give her a place to start. With every dollar assigned a purpose, Ava finally felt like she was in control of her money, instead of her money controlling her. Now that Ava had a plan for her next paycheck, Penny showed her how to learn from the ones she'd already spent. This time, Ava wasn't just looking at individual purchases. She was looking for patterns: food delivery, shopping, subscriptions, little everyday treats. How often was she spending on the same things? Because understanding your spending isn't just about knowing what you bought. It's about noticing what you keep buying. Then Ava added up all those little purchases she barely noticed, and the total surprised her. $5 here, $10 there, a delivery fee, a subscription, another quick treat. None of them seemed like much on their own, but repeated over and over, they became hundreds of dollars. Ava was learning an important lesson. Small purchases aren't always the problem. It's how often they happen that can quietly break your budget. Next, Penny helped Ava separate her needs from her wants. Rent, groceries, utilities, and transportation kept her life running. Shopping, takeout, frappes, and entertainment were things she enjoyed, but they weren't necessities. Penny wasn't telling Ava to stop enjoying her money. She was teaching her to know the difference, because when your needs are covered first, you can enjoy your wants without sacrificing your financial goals. And just when Ava thought she had this needs versus wants thing figured out, in walked Zara, with enough shopping bags to test every lesson Penny had just taught her. Ava loved nice things, and there was nothing wrong with that. But Zara's timing was perfect because Ava was about to learn something important. The goal isn't to stop buying what you want. It's to make sure your wants have a place in your budget before you spend. And then Ava learned the spending truth. Having money in your account doesn't mean all of it is available to spend. Some of that money already belongs to bills, savings, groceries, and financial goals. Before buying something she wanted, Ava needed to ask a different question. Not, do I have the money, but do I have room for it in my budget? That one question could change the way she spent forever. Now it was time for Ava to build her budget for real. And Penny taught her to start with one simple number, her income. Before Ava could decide what to spend, save, or put toward her goals, she needed to know exactly how much money was coming in each month. No guessing, no estimating what she wished she had. A budget works best when it starts with the money you actually have. Once Ava knew what was coming in, it was time to cover what had to go out. Housing, utilities, groceries, transportation, insurance, and minimum debt payments came first. Penny showed Ava that taking care of her essentials before spending on extras gave her a clearer picture of what she could truly afford. Ava wasn't restricting her life. She was learning to handle her responsibilities before spending the rest. Next, Penny taught Ava to stop treating savings like an afterthought. After covering her essentials, Ava gave saving a place in her budget before spending on extras. It didn't have to be a huge amount. Even a small amount saved consistently could move her closer to her goals. For the first time, Ava wasn't waiting to see what was left at the end of the month. She was making sure her future got paid, too. And yes, Ava's budget even had room for fun. Penny showed her that being responsible with money didn't mean giving up everything she enjoyed. Frappes, dinner out, shopping, entertainment. They could all have a place when she planned for them. Now Ava could enjoy spending without wondering if she was using money meant for something else. A good budget doesn't take away your fun. It gives you permission to enjoy what you've already planned for. Now Ava's budget had a bigger purpose. She wasn't just planning for bills or the next payday. She was planning for her future. An emergency fund for security, paying down debt for more freedom, and building wealth for the life she wanted. Penny helped Ava understand that money goals give every sacrifice a reason. Instead of thinking, I can't afford that, Ava could start saying,
that's not what I'm choosing right now. I have bigger goals for my money.
And finally, Banks got his coins. But this little moment meant something much bigger for Ava. She wasn't just writing "save money" in her planner anymore. She was actually doing it. It wasn't hundreds or thousands of dollars, and it didn't need to be. Ava was learning that building savings starts with what you can afford today. Start small, stay consistent, and let every deposit move you one step closer to your goal. Just when Ava thought her budget was finally coming together, here comes credit. Because creating a budget is only part of managing your money. Credit card balances, minimum payments, due dates, and how much you borrow can affect your financial progress too. Ava had learned how to tell her paycheck where to go. Now it was time to understand what happens when some of that paycheck already belongs to debt. And then Ava saw those magical little words. 50% off. Suddenly, spending $80 felt like saving $80. The credit reminded her of something important. A sale only saves you money if you were already planning to buy it. If it isn't in the budget, putting it on a credit card doesn't make it affordable. It just means you'll pay for it later. Ava was learning that a discount doesn't get to make the decision. Her budget does. This time, Ava did something different. She paused before she spent. The handbag was $80, but she only had $50 left in her fun money budget. Sure, she could put the difference on her credit card, but that would mean spending money she hadn't planned for. So instead of asking, "Do I have enough in my account?" Ava asked, "Does it fit my budget?" And if the answer was no, she could wait, save for it, and buy it when the answer became yes. And that's when Uncle Bank stepped in. He wanted Ava to understand one important thing.
Credit isn't extra money, it's borrowed money.
That $80 purchase might leave the store with her today, but the bill would still be waiting tomorrow. And if she carried that balance, it could cost even more. Ava was beginning to understand that swiping a card doesn't make the cost disappear. If you borrow it, you still have to pay it back. And this time, Ava made a different choice. Instead of putting the handbag on her credit card, she put the card back in her wallet. She still wanted the bag, she just decided to plan for it instead of going into unplanned debt for it. Ava was learning that not right now doesn't mean never. Sometimes the smartest money decision is to wait, save, and buy it when it actually fits your budget. Then payday arrived. But this time, Ava was ready. Instead of asking, "What can I buy?" she opened the plan she had already created. Her bills had a place, her savings had a place, her debt, goals, and fun money had a place too. The paycheck wasn't bigger, but Ava was handling it differently. For the first time, payday wasn't permission to spend, it was a chance to put her plan into action. Now every dollar had somewhere to go. Some covered Ava's bills, some went into savings, some paid down debt, some moved her closer to her goals, and yes, some was hers to enjoy. Nothing was disappearing anymore because Ava had decided where her money would go before she spent it. Same paycheck, different habits. And now, instead of wondering where her money went, Ava could tell you exactly where every dollar went and why. And finally, it clicked. Ava realized budgeting wasn't about telling herself no to everything she wanted. It was about deciding what mattered before her money was gone. Her bills were covered, savings were growing, her goals had a plan, and she still had money to enjoy. The paycheck didn't get bigger. Ava just got better at managing it. For the first time, she wasn't asking, "Where did my money go?" She already knew, because she was the one who told it where to go. Meet the new Ava Cash. Same paycheck, same bills, same love for shopping, and yes, still the same frappes. But something is different. Ava has a plan now. She knows what she can spend, what she needs to save, and what she's working toward. She didn't have to make more money to start changing her financial life. She had to learn how to manage the money she already had. And this is only the beginning for Ava Cash. Ava started this journey wondering where her paycheck went. Now she knows exactly where it's going and why. She learned to budget for today, save for tomorrow, enjoy her money with intention, and make choices that support the future she wants. But this is only the beginning. There's still more to learn, more to build, and more ways for her money to grow. And with the money mentors by her side, Ava is ready for what comes next. Budget it, build it, become the woman who controls her money, so her money never controls her. And just like that, Ava gave every dollar a destination. But her money journey is just getting started. Come back every week to see what Ava and the Money Mentors learn next. And tell me in the comments, what's your budgeting goal and what are you doing to reach it? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and grab your free budgeting guide linked in the description. And if the Money Mentors helped you today, you can always buy your money bestie a frappe. Until next time, budget it, build it, and become her.